Hello, everyone. This is What's in the Hat. We are Kristina
I'm Matthew.
from the Social Media Fellowship. So for today, let's get right into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, so how are you doing, Matt?
I'm good. I'm a little tired. Surprised I'm on a podcast today. That wasn't the plan.
Yeah.
So I'm not really podcast ready as you can see. My hair, I'm having a bad hair day today. I don't know if you guys can tell.
No.
But thank you.
Yeah, no, your hair looks great.
But yeah, I wasn't really feeling it this morning. I think it does look a little bit better now. Maybe time's passed and I got used to it. So I think I'm not as insecure about it now, but it's there and I have to deal with it. So yeah, how are you? How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. So recovering from this cold, but as I mentioned earlier, it is not contagious at this time. It's cough.
Who told you that? Who told you it was not contagious? Was it a doctor?
Myself. Myself.
Oh, yeah.
And it's been like weeks.
I mean, if you're on a podcast, I believe what you say.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Because podcasters usually know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Can we get into the news today?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do the news.
This week in Pod's News, we got a Canadian story about a BC comic written by Jesse Hewitt and Katie Kelly for CTV News in early April. The title of the article is BC Comic Says His Disability Gave Him a Unique Perspective to Comedy.
All right, so here's the facts of the story. So it's Curran Dobbs of Victoria, BC. So a person from BC, a BC comic, shared how his relationship with his disability, which is autism, has given him a unique perspective on the world. The perspective helped him enhance his comedic skills. That led him to a semi-finalist position on Canada's Got Talent, which gave him a national exposure as a stand-up comedian.
Wow.
And in an interview with Katie Kelly, he explained his performances as a mix of jokes about autism, ADHD, and a couple of silly songs. And the odd one-liner between the two and whatnot.
I'd like to watch him one day.
Yeah, he does have some shows coming up.
Okay.
At the time I found this article, time has passed.
Oh yeah.
Who knows now? And by the time this episode comes out, definitely knows now. But and in the interview, he continued to explain that he's been told that he's really good at self-deprecating. Good for him, and it's good to always make it. I read my own notes. It's always good to make yourself a bit of a joke, and that way you're not punching down. Good.
Yeah. Wow.
He recently made his first visit to Nova Scotia last month. Good for him. Where he performed at a fundraising event called Laughability, in support of Dartmouth. Thanks, Hannah. Dartmouth Adult Services Center, which he said that he likes that they support people with disabilities.
Cool.
So after learning this story that I just read, what do you take from that?
Well, I really like the fact that he does the whole self-deprecating humor, because I feel like that's my kind of humor. But then sometimes that can relate to like self-confidence issues too.
Yeah.
But at the end, he's doing it for the goodness of the disability. So I highly support that.
You have good jokes off the top of your head?
No, I definitely do not.
Me too.
Yeah, I think it's the communicative part where the punches maybe might not land. I think that's the key. So I really enjoy comedy. What are
the odds? You're on the story today. You told us every comedy show later. What are the odds?
Yeah. So
would you ever do stand-up comedy yourself?
Comedy? I would be actually open to it.
Really?
Because of the whole self-deprecating humor. Yeah. I like that kind of humor. And I would be totally open to that.
I'd like to think that I would have or eventually get the confidence to do that, but I don't think I can. I think I'd be too shy.
Well, you're doing a podcast right now, and your face is on the camera.
Yeah, but I feel like it's different, and then stand-up comedy, you're up there by yourself, and there could be cameras, but there's also a bunch of people there. Maybe not when I have a show, but generally there's a lot of people up there, right? And it's scary, because it's easy to make jokes, when you're with buddies, right? Because just same old humor that you're used to, and it's a different environment. It's kind of very easy to kind of make situational jokes, I guess, in person. But when you're signing up there, it's not. There's no material that's coming at you. That makes sense.
I think if you're a good storyteller, actually be.
Could be, yeah. But the thing is, like, I don't have, like, my brain is so gone now that I forget all the stories. So then by the time it would come up time for the stage, the stories are gone. I've said them, and as soon as I say them, they just leave.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite stand-up comic at all?
Oh gosh.
How dare you forget?
How dare I? Yeah. Oh my God. There is that guy. He's a Korean actor. He's a Korean American actor from. You remember the movie called what's it called? Hangover.
The Hangover. Yeah. Kim Jong.
No, North Korean.
Kim Jong Un. He's a funny guy. Kevin. The guy from Community. He's been in Community.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
the doctor guy.
Yeah. He's actually a doctor. So yeah.
Oh,
definitely not
you watched Community? Have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen it.
You remember Changnesia?
Pardon?
You remember Changnesia?
No.
Did you watch Community? Changnesia?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember Changnesia? Oh my god.
Changnesia?
Changnesia.
Oh, Changnesia.
So his character's name Chang, right?
Yeah.
And so he like, I think I don't remember the exact details now, but I think he was like faking amnesia during the series for a certain period. And they call it Changnesia, and everyone believed him, but like some people didn't believe him. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think my favorite stand-up comic is Ricky Gervais.
Oh yes.
He's had some really good specials I enjoyed, and I even like his shows he's created. Obviously the original Office, iconic, and but like some of the other recent things he's made, like
Alive.
He's made I haven't seen that.
That's the one. Yeah, I think it's called Alive. It's the show about him. His father, I think, has dementia.
Okay.
And he's living in a care home. And then he visits his father, and then he meets this caretaker nurse, and he falls in love, and he's really depressed because his wife actually died.
Oh, yeah, I watched that show.
Yeah.
It's not called Alive. It's called...
I have a memory, right? I have a memory.
This is a great podcast. It could have bad memories. But no, I know talking about it. It's a good show. I didn't watch it. No.
It was like one word, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh my god. Sonic Blow, right? No, I don't remember. But like another good show for me is Derek.
Okay.
Derek?
No, I haven't.
It's a good one. I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll get off that. I'm sorry for those listeners, but let's move on.
Okay.
Is it time for What's in That?
Yes, let's do it. What's
that? That's a nice segment. And we got a special exclusive to this episode.
Okay.
Exclusive.
Yo. Okay.
You know what that is?
Jen on the spot.
Well, that's spoilers, dude. That's later. And so we got the new hat. Oh my god. Look how cute that is. I love this blue. I love the oranges. Kind of reminds me of Urban Outfitters.
Yeah.
Not yet sponsored, but hopefully Urban Outfitters wants to. Let's do this.
I feel like Hannah would look really good in this hat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hannah from episode 1. Watch it back.
Yeah, exactly.
She was not wearing a hat that episode starts in the future, but do you want to pull the first?
Sure.
Right. Identity.
Oh, okay. So,
I don't know if I should be nervous or not.
How has language shaped your identity?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Like, I've been trying to learn languages for a long time, but like, I'm really bad at it. You see my own personal podcast way back when. I was trying to learn French for the longest time. I'm still trying to, because I do like the East Coast. I love Quebec and all that stuff. And it's obviously a good skill. And I like a lot of French music and TV shows that are French. Like there's 19 to 2, which is an old clock show that you can find on Netflix. I think it's one of the best written shows I've ever seen. So like I've been diving into like a lot of like Quebecois media and French media. So like in that sense is like I've seen like different stuff that kind of resonates with me. Can't wait to cut that short. Long I don't know, like it's complicated. Like I think language has, but it also hasn't, I guess. It's hard to say what is directly linked to language, but I'm not. It's a horrible answer. I'm sorry. Has language affected your identity at all? I mean, swearing is my part of my identity, I'd say. Some foul language.
Well, that can still be a part of your identity.
Yeah, foul language is part of my identity. I'll stick with that one. That's a shorter answer.
Well, but I was just gonna ask you. Actually, are you from Quebec or are you from that?
No, I'm
family from.
no. I am. I should took an identity. No, my sister took an identity genetic test.
Yeah.
Is that what's called? Identity test.
I'd like to take that.
Ancestry.
Mhm.
Has English today. There you go. Like I don't have language. I have no language, but DNA test a while back.
Only
my
swear.
sister. And I thought there were some surprises, some non-surprises. So obviously there was a lot of half of it was Asian because I'm half Asian, and the other half was pretty much British countries. I thought there was gonna be more Irish in there because I always identified with Irish people, but there was.
Well, they just went a lot.
So there you go. But I was actually like, according to this DNA test, who knows how real it is? Sometimes a little skeptical. But there's a lot of Scottish in there. Then a lot of English. Apparently, people we originated from a region in London called Middlesex, but it's no longer an official region no more. But it's basically West London-ish. So sad, but
wasn't Britain and France like war back in the day?
yeah.
But you
Well, not war now. what are you saying? Should I hate them? I hate them. I hate the French.
No.
Stupid wars way back when.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I would love to learn my native tongue, which is Indonesian. That's always been the goal, Bahasa Indonesia.
Wow.
And the biggest dream scenario is my family is Sundanese, so I'd love to learn Sundanese. But that's definitely super hard because obviously there's not much Indonesian people here and around where I'm from living now, let alone Sundanese, which is a specific group there. So one day.
Yeah.
Does that answer the question?
I think so. That language is part of your identity. That is part of your right? Your
like theoretically, yeah, but it's just hard to say it because I don't speak it. So like how can something
yeah.
Do your parents speak it?
My dad's Indonesian, so he speaks Bahasa. But I don't.
Oh my god, that's pretty cool. Have you been to Indonesia?
Yeah, I've been a few times. It's been a super long time. Last time I've been, I think I was around 16. Before that, we went a few times. So it's been close to 10 years. Wait, I think it's been 10 years since I've last been. So it's on the agenda.
Yeah.
Maybe sometime soon.
Oh, that's great. Yes, I've been to Indonesia before.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's really.
Yeah.
That's not the question I was originally going to ask, but that's what came out.
Yeah.
I've been. Where have you been?
Jakarta, definitely for sure.
I've actually spent I haven't spent a lot of time in Jakarta actually, because usually we go straight to Bandung, which is where my family's from.
Yeah.
You skip Jakarta, so I actually don't have any knowledge of Jakarta other than what I see on the internet.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely.
Bali, yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's so cool.
How has language affected your identity?
I think definitely lots. Because I'm originally from South Korea and immigrated here when I was 10. It's been a really long time since I've been here now. And I think when I immigrated here, people always ask, and after I became like a Canadian citizen, people still ask, where are you from? Like, where are you really from? And that always kind of resonated with me. And I always try to take it lightly to say, maybe they're just curious people. They just want to know where I'm from. So that kind of reminds me that, I'm Canadian, but Korean, it's a huge part of me. And I try my best to practice my language. But funny enough, I practice my language by watching YouTube videos and listening to the Korean YouTubers and connecting with that kind of community through there.
I watch a lot of the Korean shows that are on Netflix and such now.
Yes, I do. I definitely like to watch a lot of those. It's kind of great that the K culture has, became explosive.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. So.
Has your language, Korean speaking skills faded at all?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, because I came here when I was 10. So then my language stopped. The communication level stopped when I was 10. So I don't have like the business.
And I feel like probably compared to back then, there was less Korean people.
Yeah.
Back then, on a regular basis, whereas now, like I meet a lot of them. So I guess if it was now that you just came to Canada, then it would have been like a different story. Yeah,
definitely. There'd be more Korean culture.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting. So
when's the last time you've been to Korea?
Back in 2016.
Oh, so it's
been a while.
I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah. I plan to go soon. I plan to go very soon.
When?
Actually, I plan to go next year for sure.
Yeah.
But this year I'm going to Japan in September, and I plan to maybe go to Korea while I'm in Japan.
Yeah.
So I'm still kind of planning things. Yeah.
Did you ever find? I always think it's so interesting. Like, did your thinking change in terms of like? Did you think in a different language when you were small?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a great question because definitely. Because all the things that come into my head, it still like comes in Korean, but then as time passed by, now I think of it in English. But funny thing is, when I count numbers, I always still count in Korean. I don't know what it is.
I feel like numbers are the hardest to switch.
Yeah.
Like I'll say as a person that speaks one language, to like back up that. But I feel like it's like when I'm like, I feel like numbers are like hardest to like to learn, then hardest to like switch. It's like I feel like no matter what language I'm like trying to learn, when it comes to numbers, I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Based on my monolingual.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if you concur. Let's move on. Still that way.
Yes.
All right. What makes you feel proud of who you are?
Oh gosh. Oh goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh wow.
It's a big one, huh?
That's a big one. Oh geez. Well,
it's like me. It's nothing, but.
Oh my god. Okay, proud of who I am. Okay, well, I'm proud of like the fact that I'm here right now. Just the fact that I'm here. I just I felt like I experienced a lot, but in a way I didn't. I feel like I've been sheltered in a way too, because I don't know. It's just like that. That's a really it's a pretty big question.
It's a big one.
Yeah, that's a question that I'm still trying to work on it. Figuring it out with my counselor.
No, so that's fair.
Like, it's still happening. But I'm proud of the fact that I'm here at this moment, with you guys. And
I guess when they say like what makes you feel proud of who you are is perhaps that you're working towards being comfortable with who you are, maybe.
Yes, that is so great. Yes. Oh my god. Yes.
Understudy.
Oh my god. Yes. Yes. I actually like that. Yeah.
I'm gonna steal that one.
Yeah.
I said it first.
Yeah. You said it first. Yeah. Definitely. I think it's that. I just want to be more comfortable with who I am. Yeah. And just be like learn about myself and be authentic and I definitely want to continue to push out positive vibes to other people, and that is my goal. Yeah.
That's good.
Do you want to answer like your phone?
Oh, I agree. I'm still gonna say it. I'm still it.
You're still
that makes sense. That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I love that. I really like that. Okay. It's another language.
Oh, dude, I wonder who wrote these questions. I wonder what they're trying to get at here.
Okay, what is your favorite word in another language? Why?
Oh. I actually do have one. It's gitu. Gitu. So sorry for any Indonesian person that's listening to this. I just look like a random white guy saying gitu, right? But it's just kind of like a word where it's just kind of like, oh, I see.
Oh, really?
So I've been growing up as a kid, right? I feel bad that I threw this on the ground. Sorry, I threw this too far around.
Yeah.
I feel bad. And the reason why it's my favorite word in another language is because I remember growing up and hearing my dad speak Indonesian to his like brothers and stuff like that. And then I'll always hear that phrase, gitu. And I was like, what are they saying? It's very swearing. I guess I'll cut that out later. Yeah. But
cool.
So like, I don't know, as a joke with my cousins that also don't speak. The ones some of them do, but these specific ones I'm talking about don't.
Yeah.
So we reference certain Indonesian words all the time just for jokes, and that's the one.
Oh my god. Well, that's actually really funny because my favorite word that I just thought of is also an Indonesian. It's called Yoda.
Yoda, okay.
So Yoda means like okay, and
okay.
So yeah, I just like to say that even with my sister who doesn't speak Indonesian at all, but I'm like Yoda. So I just sound so funny, like in a good way. Like it just sounds really casual.
Racist.
Yeah, no, I love Indonesian. I love the language, but that's why I keep using that word. I just love it. I just say it all the time to everybody. I'll say to you.
Noted. Okay. Put that in my Indonesian dictionary.
Yeah.
All right. Not a language one.
Okay.
Not this time.
Not like the identity. Well, I mean, the identity is a theme, but it is just, yeah, it is a theme.
It is a theme. True.
Yeah.
When do you feel most like yourself? And would you say is that like a place, activity?
Oh, goodness.
Reading activity?
I think I feel like myself when I'm with my family.
Okay.
I think that's kind of a very boring, but also like a matter of fact answer. Like I'm definitely I can be myself, I can act myself. But maybe it's not the best self too.
Oh.
Maybe.
When is your best self? And when is your best self?
I think my best self is when I'm focusing and working on projects that excite me.
Does that include this?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
These are the projects that that pushes me out of the boundary. And I feel like these are the moments that make me feel more proud of myself, that I'm putting myself out there.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not sure this is like the most like comfortable like self, but I think this is part of myself.
Are they or like I think different aspects of yourself are still yourself?
Yeah.
Your uncomfortable self is still yourself, I suppose.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
I'm drinking tea, by the way. It's Earl Grey tea. There's some sugar in it. A little Splenda in there.
You're right. Yes. Being uncomfortable, awkward self is all part of myself. And yes. Great. Wow. That's what about you?
That's hard. Like, I don't want to steal your answer again, but it's like I have different selves. So yeah, like the uncomfortable self, the podcast self, I suppose. Because I remember like an interesting feeling was like when I first started doing my podcast way back when in our first couple episodes, I felt like I experienced a new self that I liked, which is, I guess, the on-screen self where I had to know I had to be on it and like I had to be engaging and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember we booked a studio, right? So like obviously that seems a little more intense. It's not like just sitting in a small cozy room like this.
Yeah.
But big studio and like we didn't hire, there was for free. Volunteered. Some mutual friends of ours helped out with that experience in the film industry. Fun fact, they actually worked on the John Wick films.
Oh wow, cool.
So we got some good volunteer work there.
Wow, yeah, professional volunteers. Yeah.
So they had like these like big lights and stuff.
Wow.
And I had like a desk and we had like proper mics connected on. And it felt like a whole production, right?
Wow.
And I was nervous at first because I'm like, we were filming this and I have like we had people like, not like, we didn't have an audience, but we had like a partner that was there and then we had them two in the audience basically. And then I had my guests and then I was like in the presenter role where they were more in the kind of like pundit role to make it sense. So I'm like basically like controlling the segments and stuff, like the flow. So I was doing that, right? So there's pressure on with that, right?
Yeah.
But I had to be on it. So it was like the first time and I was like, like the feeling of like the nervousness that made you be like, okay, you gotta be on it and like keep the flow going and keep the energy going was like it's a different kind of energy. It kind of reminded me of like when I remember like as a kid being most of myself is when I used to play soccer a lot. So when I used to play on the pitch, same thing, I would get that slight nervousness.
Yeah.
And then when you play, you just like in game mode, right? And like the nervousness is gone and you just control what you can control.
Yeah.
And, like that kind of feeling, like it brought me back those feelings that I don't play anymore, unfortunately. And so basically, I guess that I feel like more feel most like myself when I have to be on it. But then I would say I feel most like myself in a different scenario when I'm with like friends or like close family or a partner, I suppose. So like just like you, there's different selves, and I feel like those are two things where I would feel maybe not most myself per se, because I think every time when I'm with people, I'm myself, but just in different ways. It's just two selves I enjoy the most.
Real. It makes you like come alive and you're brimming with anticipation and excitement.
There you go. That's the one. That's how I feel.
Yeah. I really feel you. I feel you for sure. Yeah.
I'll let you take your next question up.
All right.
I think it was your turn.
Oh, okay. What are your favorite foods?
Oh, well. Go on. I love any type of pasta. I love Italian food. I love Montreal smoked meat sandwiches.
Oh my god, yes.
I love
with a bit of mustard.
Oh, there you go. It's almost lunchtime too now. Actually, now that I think about it. I love poutine. I love that. There's this place nearby my house right now that every Monday, I think that deal's still going, and they get half off the original. So usually Monday I'd go there, get some $5, get curriculum small with. Good times.
Oh, I know where that is.
I'll tell you that later.
Yeah.
They're not sponsored. I'll tell it later. But
okay.
Share those news. Maybe in the comments on Instagram.
Yeah.
500 likes, I'll put it down below.
I want to know. Yeah.
And that, I just love generally whenever I get it, I love something Indonesian food, either it's nasi goreng or mie goreng or just general Indonesian food. I'm not gonna start listing them because I don't remember all the names of it because I didn't really grow up being like, here, Matthew, this is this Indonesian food with this description, and this is what the name is. This is the ingredients. So I remember I went to the at my school. They had like clubs day, and I always see if there was like a little Indonesian club booth, and I always go there to see, right? And so I go to them, right, and they're like, oh, blah, 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 and then like we just discussed, and my mixed race identity was arisen. So I'm like, oh, you want to play this game where you can like name the food? And I'm like, oh no, I don't want to play the game. I know I don't know the name of the food. They're like, oh, come on, just play, right? Yeah. So they tell me, like, they made the game even harder. Like, yo, name me the ingredients in Indonesia. I'm like, what? Like, I can't even name the. How wasn't name the ingredients too? Like, yo, like, I don't know what brown sugar is in Indonesian. So, I don't. Because Indonesian people have to watch this. Don't roast me. I'm a mixed race man, born and raised here, so
yeah,
I'm just a man.
just a human being, just in this room.
Do you have any favorite foods?
I mean, I love foods. I mean, I love all kinds of foods. But definitely, I mean, I'm Korean, so I love Korean food. But I love Asian food. Like, I love Chinese food, Vietnamese, Japanese. Like, I love Asian food. Yeah. Definitely love my pasta for sure. I mean, it's like
I was hoping you'd say that.
Yeah, I definitely like pasta for sure. Any like
a third strike if you said no.
Yeah, I know. No, definitely like any comfort food of any culture. I am down for that. So yeah.
Is there any like food that you really hate, or?
Hate is a very strong word, but
it's pretty on spot.
Foods that I wouldn't really try is like anything that's related to exotic food.
Like exotic.
Well, like shark.
Have you ate shark? I'd judge you. It's like shark fin soup or dolphins. I mean, okay, I don't want this to be controversial because that is a delicacy that a lot of Chinese cuisine, have. Yeah.
But I mean, okay.
I'll be controversial.
Okay, or like horse meat or.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get you. I would agree.
Yeah.
I wouldn't eat like horse meat. Maybe. I mean, maybe deer. I would eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe zebra.
Maybe
the zebra. Yeah. Who cares? Right?
It's striped.
Yeah, it's striped and white. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's another word for me.
Yeah.
I have soft swag.
I don't know about like insects. Like I know insects is the food to eat in the future, has a lot of good protein, but just right now,
Dude, I was watching. I don't know if you guys know Conan O'Brien, what a comedian like as well. His shout out to Conan O'Brien because his show is on HBO Max or Max, not sponsored yet. His show Conan Must Go just came out the other day. And he was in Thailand as he's like on getting street food, and then they were showing like cooked scorpion.
Oh wow!
And then he pretended he's gonna eat. I don't want to do any of the stories, but he grabbed it and he said he was gonna eat it. Well, you guys watch the episode to find out what happened.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, my gosh! If I saw that, like I don't care which country I'm in, I'm not eating that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
no scorpion for me.
Yeah.
Not this time.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't also like I'm not a master at like French cuisine at all, but like when I go to a French restaurant, I'm like eat it and usually enjoy it, right? But one French thing I would not eat is escargot.
Oh, really?
I don't know if I can do it.
Oh, okay.
Unless it's, I'm one of those guys, if it's presented pretty, maybe.
Maybe a cake with butter and garlic. Then I would eat it.
Maybe if it's cooked well, maybe I have to see what it is. But like, just when I think of it, I just think of what it actually is.
I know.
I think no, but maybe if it's presented pretty, I know. Because there's a little sunshine.
Yeah. Well, like when I say a huge one too, like I guess so. Like it's yeah.
You got like oysters?
I love oysters.
See, I like oysters. Yeah, I love oysters. Yeah. Why? I will ask her a question. Like, why don't you like it?
Slimy.
Oh, slimy. Oh my god. Yeah.
Let's move on. Okay. Oh. Can you? That's not bad. That's not bad. I was trying to think of what my answer was, and I'm like, I'm sure there is a good answer back there somewhere, but it's not coming to my head. So good thing I'm asking you. Can you share a funny or memorable moment when your identity was misunderstood?
Oh gosh, when my identity was misunderstood.
Yeah, it's a good question, but like a tough one.
I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, oh, I can't. Oh wow. Oh wow.
Take your time. We can cut it. You can cut the time. Make it look fast. It's all good. I'm a master.
Thank you, Matt. Wait, is it like, can I call you Matthew or do you want me to call you Matthew? That is your name.
Yeah, Matthew.
Not Matt. Okay, yeah.
You can call me Matt. It's okay.
Matthew,
son. Call me son too.
I mean, I can't really share about a funny or memorable moment, but I think
interesting or a little tidbit you got.
I think when people sometimes meet me, they think I'm a very like a huge like an extrovert. They think I'm very outgoing.
Yeah.
But maybe I was outgoing back in the days, like back in my 20s, but then now it's like, I feel like, I don't know, like I'm maturing. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely like not as extroverted as before. So people just kind of get surprised by that, but it's not really a funny story, but I just hear a lot of people like comment on that. And I think that's, for me, when I meet people, like I'm actually like, I get curious and I like to get to really know people and I want to understand their psyche. Like I want to understand like how they think, like why they think a certain way. That's why I ask a lot of questions, or I kind of can be seen as a bit like crazy.
Okay.
That's a term that I heard before, like back in the day.
Screw you, whoever said that.
Yeah, like that was or like I think she was like, I was like why are you smiling so creepily? But I was just like genuinely smiling because I enjoyed just that moment, the interaction. But and sometimes like just my feelings are just like shown in my face or but sometimes people don't recognize that, and so it's a big chunky one. Share a moment when you felt a strong sense of belonging within a community.
Oh. That's really related.
Yeah, I know.
That's a really good question. Yeah. I don't know, because honestly, when I go to Indonesian events, I don't feel like I'm part of that community for a magnitude of reasons. Then I'm not going to go dive into, but also like I'll go hanging out with the white community. That doesn't really make sense. You don't hang out with the white community unless you're like racist. But there's no just like, oh, I'm gonna go to the Indonesian convention Saturday, but Sunday I'm going to the white convention. Like, no, like that's not good. But that's off-camera activity.
Okay.
But I would like, maybe it's just not really. I guess that's when I hang out like my cousins, because we're the same mix basically.
Are they also biracial too?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's just, I guess, one of them. But is that hanging out with community, or is that just hanging out with your buddies? Like, so I don't know if there's a sense of really a community per se, which is like a big group where I felt connected to. So.
Well, what about here? Yeah.
Oh my god. I was building up towards that. Yeah. Oh, it's right here.
Yeah, right here.
Fellowship, 100%. There you go. I was building up towards it. Beat me to the punch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, because for me, I was going to say possibilities for sure, but Kiriko, because Kiriko, I've heard about them when they were called Kudos back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh.
But last year, I just experienced like a lot of personal issues, like personal losses as well. And I felt like that was like when I was kind of near rock, kind of not like down at the ocean, but still somewhat there.
Yeah.
I felt like Kiriko was really there for me, and I felt like they really just kind of welcomed me, even though they didn't really know me. But I just felt really welcomed by all the staff and like the members there. I just felt so welcomed and I just felt so part of it and so included. And yeah, I'm just really thankful. That's why I tell about Kiriko like to everybody that I see. I think it's a great organization.
Can you explain what it is a little bit more?
Well, the fact that they invite people with disabilities and non-disabilities for all of us to connect with, or people that are maybe might be in between.
Kind of like bridging the gap.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, bridging the gap. And I feel like that's what it's all about, because when I work in mental health sector, and I worked in clubhouses in mental health setting, but again, that clubhouse is specifically for like people with mental health issues. And I hear even from the members themselves, they're like, well, like why? I mean, again, no diss to people with disabilities, but they sometimes want not just to hang out with people with disabilities. They're like, why do I have to be like encamped with a certain sector of people?
Yeah.
So the fact that this organization is welcoming all types of people to come in and to connect and to experience and to do all these cool events together, I think is a great way to let people know we're all together. Because when I actually do tell people that I'm part of this organization, they ask me, well, like, what do you have? They ask me for my, my disabilities, or like, why are you hanging out with like those people, right? And I always tell them like they're all part of our community, like we're all together, and that's what will make us stronger, because diversity is important. And I think like that's why I think I hugely, or hugely is not a word, but I very much embody, and I would like that is what I would do if I ever started an organization. Like that would be what I would start. So Kiriko beat me to it, but I am proud to be a member of the organization, and I felt like, yeah, the community is amazing. Just everybody is amazing. And yeah, so I'm so thankful and proud to be a member and to be part of this community.
Perfect. Yeah, that's can't beat that.
Yeah.
Has your identity changed over time?
Gosh.
Do you have an answer to that? I think mine has.
Well, why don't you start first? Yeah, why don't you start first?
How do you pinpoint, like in words, how it has changed overall? I don't know. I think as anyone, as you grew up, you've changed in your views, and I know it has. I don't know how to say it. Like, I don't know. I think I just grew up, because like, I stopped caring. Like, I guess like when I was younger, I used to care a lot about what other people think. And I don't want to be one of those people that says like, don't care what other people think. I think everyone should care a little bit to degrees about what other people in your community or other things. But I think I was a little bit caring too much. And so like, for example, like when I grew up in high school, a lot of people didn't listen to the music I listened to or watch the things I watched, right?
I'm curious about what did you watch and what did you listen?
Well, mostly the music I'm talking about. Mostly.
What kind of music?
I listened to a lot of like classic rock and just like rock in general and stuff like that. Whereas like a lot of people I grew up with just listen to like hip hop and R&B, which is fine, but nothing I dive into per se.
Yeah.
So like, I guess when I was younger, I like kind of had that more to myself and didn't really like discuss it. Like I listened to this, or I didn't do anything. I was like, okay, cool, is that right? Whatever. Like, I'll just go along with it, right?
Yeah.
But as I grew up, I kind of embraced who I like, those kind of like different parts of myself, being like, that's just me and that's okay and I don't care. But maybe that's like due to me just leaving high school and stuff like that and just being out of that kind of like world. So I guess over time I grew into myself, I guess.
Is your identity?
Yeah, I grew into it, I guess.
Yeah. Different parts of your identity.
Yeah. Embraced who I am.
Yeah. Nice. I'm so happy that you are growing and you're continuing your journey. Find yourself. And you know what? Classic rock is so cool. I'm so glad. I'm also classic rock. So yeah, it's a good genre.
I know it. You know it.
Yeah, it's a great music. For me, I think. Yeah, that identity. I think definitely like yourself. It's also changing over time, and interesting thing about is that for me it was kind of maybe it was like the opposite. I don't know. But in the beginning, like I grew up in mostly like kind of, I guess, like predominantly Asian population. So while growing up, I was so used to that environment.
Yeah.
But then in my senior year, I moved to a community where it was mostly predominantly white neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so I even had to like change my name because I used my Korean name for like the longest time. But then when I went to that senior year, I changed it to my English Catholic name. And I felt like my identity changed through there. And I also became like scared sometimes to even talk to like white people because of my communication. Like I was like basically a mute. I feel like I was just like not speaking. I wasn't like, because I was so afraid of talking.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I think I really cared about what other people thought. I felt like I was judged and just did not really articulate my thoughts. So for the longest time, I was just afraid because I felt like, oh, if they talk to me, then I don't know how to respond. And so later on in the years, actually, when I came into this more of the nonprofit social service world, communication is everything because you're counseling and like you're talking to people and giving them advice. And through that course, I felt like I was at least more able to communicate, like not be so afraid of what other people think. Like that's a huge one.
Yeah.
And but like also I totally get it. Like still care enough, but then not so much that it impacts your identity, your authentic self, right? Yeah. So to that level, I will.
Like, try to cut you off there, but like I really hate there's like certain things they say online. Sometimes where people like screw what other people think, and they go a little bit extreme. But that I think like a little bit too extreme. Slow your roll right there.
Totally, because I mean we're all living in a society, like we're all living together. So yes, of course, I don't want to just state my rights and that's the only thing I care about. No, I still want to respect all your.
It's a shared environment.
It's a shared environment, right? So it's a shared environment.
Screw you people.
We live in a society.
Yeah, we live in a society. Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
Have you ever thought of going back to your community? Or did you kind of lose touch with that kind of?
I thought about it, but then now it's just my identity is so, I was going to say imprisoned, but not imprisoned, but attached to my name, like my resume, my LinkedIn, everything is now under that name. And the reason why I also changed my name, because I hated when I first immigrated here, you know how like, obviously when I was 10, I was super self-conscious.
No, of course.
But teachers would always make a mistake with my name. They'd be like, oh, this is like it's Min Jong. But I guess J sometimes is pronounced as like silent. It'd be like pronounced as like Y sound. So they'd be like, is it Min Young or something? And they would say it, and of course everyone's like, oh, staring at me. They're like, who the hell has this weird name? And I'd be like, me. And I also had that kind of, that traumatic experience. So.
I always had trouble with my last name, Rashmat. Like,
oh yeah.
I didn't think it was like complicated to look at it already, but he just had issues with that name, so I can't imagine.
Oh my gosh.
I can't imagine what you went through.
Yeah, especially growing up. Yeah.
Let's see. We got next here. Do you feel like you can express yourself on social media? Why or why not?
So with the social media, it's a very interesting thing. When I was going through some hard times back in the days, I felt like at that time, YouTube was kind of like my go-to social media channel. And I felt like social media or YouTube really helped me to also belong into that community.
Okay.
So after that, I really wanted to give back. So I kind of started making YouTube videos, but it was more like back in the days, like haul videos were really popular.
Haul videos?
Yeah. Like shopping haul.
Oh, like thrift haul.
Yeah, like they still do it now, but I felt like I don't know, like maybe it was like 7 years ago. I felt like it was like a huge, like everyone was like doing haul videos, and so I was doing that, and I was trying to like connect with the public. But then in some sense, I'm a very private person.
Yeah.
And I had to be because I was working, in a mental health setting. So I also didn't want to provide too much information because then I also have that kind of conflict. But then I love to like put that positive vibes out there because I got so much from that YouTube community when I was feeling down, and I want to give back because I definitely do. And that's why I chose to participate in this social media course, because I wanted to get more experience, because I do want to give back and I do want to do this. Yeah. But it has to be also like the right environment too, where I can be authentic. And so,
Me, I think I can. Yeah, I think now in this period it's more like I can, but I just don't want to. I don't know if that's a bad answer, but like I don't know. Like I'm becoming more private as I get older too, and I feel less the need to post. Like I haven't posted on Instagram for like a year, and I don't post stories. Like we still do the thing where people like, this is what I'm eating at dinner. Like like. No offense if you guys do that stuff. I think it's pointless, and also I feel a little bit like weird doing that because it's like it's in a way I feel like I'm flexing wealth.
Yeah,
I'm not a wealthy person, but I feel like if I do that, I feel like I'm flexing wealth, and I feel like wrong. And I don't know. So I started like doing that kind of stuff. So it's kind of it ended up making me it decreased my activity on social media, but I'm also kind of like not doing it, but compared to how I was before. So I don't know, but basically, like, can I? Yeah, like, if I wanted to, but I just choose not to.
But I wonder, maybe it's the message that you're trying to portray. So it's not just about what you're eating or what you're buying, but the message, like, what kind of influence you want to spread to the community, to the people. Maybe if that aligns with you, maybe you might be interested.
Yeah, like if I were to go on social media, like as more actively, like, which I might do after I'm done with school. I was thinking of doing that kind of stuff, but like, yeah, it wouldn't be like in that sense where I'm posting like, this is one of the expensive dine food I've paid before. Like, it wouldn't be that. Yeah, it would be something because like I know there's some YouTubers and Instagrammers that like they're posting like videos that are like, don't try to do like, there's a common thing online right now, but it's because that's what social media is built for, is for like controversy.
Yeah.
So a lot of people like have like podcasts, for example, that do that kind of stuff and encourage that, right? But like, I know there's certain like content creators that kind of like put like very positive stuff out there, and they try to get like positivity out there when there's a lot of negativity. So I'm like, okay, like, I kind of like that, and I'm like, okay, if I ever got back into media, I would end up trying to do something in that kind of realm. I just find out what my niche is and run with it.
Okay, now we're heading off to Jenna on the spot. What are the questions, Matthews?
Hey everyone. This is podcast 4. My question is actually to tell you to find yourself and to whisper 1, put 2 is how do other people define you?
All right, so Jenna's questions, as you guys have just heard, is how do you identify yourself, and how do other people identify you?
Wow, Jenna, those are some really tough questions that you're asking us here. Wow, good job.
Jenna was on the spot twice today with 2 banging questions.
What are we trying the first one?
I'll start. So how do I identify myself? That's a big question. I'm not quite sure. Like, identify myself as a nice guy. I'd like to think so. Girlfriend would say otherwise. She was like, big meanie.
Big meanie.
Honestly, I just identify myself as an average guy. To be honest, that's a big question. That's like how does an average white guy with Asian blood?
Yeah.
How do people identify as me? I like to think that they'd identify me as the same as I identify myself as just a nice person. That's probably not the best answer. I hope you have a better answer than I.
Oh my gosh. I know this is an identity or identity segment, but yeah, that's a very
episode.
Sorry, yes, episode. Yes. I feel like it's just a very a tough one. It's a tough one. I feel like it's still like I'm still trying to formulate my identity, and I think I just want to say that I always try to be authentic. I actually do try to be authentic as possible. And just someone that always wants to get better and always wants to learn. And I always really want to, I try to make others feel included. I try because I was the, I was like the loner before. Well, I mean, I'm still like a bit of a loner now, but because I've experienced that, like I don't want other people to experience that. So I was trying to try to include them. And how do other people identify me? I hope, similar ways. People usually think like, oh, I'm this like person that's happy and stuff. And yes, I'm happy at times.
I hope so.
Yeah, I do. I'm happy now. I'm happy now. Yeah, I'm so happy. Like I'm so happy to be here now. And I just hope people think that I'm someone that I can. I'm a good person to be with. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Thanks, Jenna.
Thanks, Jenna, for those questions. Those tough questions.
So after this episode, have any reflections on identity? Any last remarks on identity?
I feel like
hey, don't, that's all good. No pressure.
I feel like this is a great. I was going to say session, but more great.
Could be a session.
Yeah, I know. It was a great episode for us to really reflect on myself and how, like, I really do want to, use this creative way to, learn my skills, learn more of my identity, and to inspire other people to learn about their own identity. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to make these kind of content so then other people can feel inspired to make their own content. Because I think every individual, and not like in a super like branding, like promote yourself, like that's what everybody's doing nowadays. Everything is like that, but not in that commercial way, but really just, your individual self is so valuable and so important. Like everybody has their own life experience. I think it should be very cherished and valued. And I really want to bring people to put that out there. And that's what I would like people to help in that to their journey. That's what I would like.
Yeah, I guess for me, I think it's always good to reflect on yourself. So I guess, and then, especially in a direct manner where we answer specific questions. Because obviously, like, you're always thinking or whatever. Yeah. But I guess doing it in a direct way helps you reflect more directly.
Yeah, more.
Yeah. So you're not confused. But let's for the point. Before we go, let's ask a viewer a question. I would say I want to ask the viewer, like, probably something we've probably touched upon is what's their most important aspect of your identity? And let us know below. Do you have any specific questions to ask the viewers after they watch the episode?
Well, I want them to reflect on themselves and to see how they want to possibly inspire other people and to share something that can be learned, something to reflect on, some challenges that you might have had, and to share that with other people. So, I would challenge all of you to, share that story. Share your story with us.
Thank you for watching, everybody. This is the Social Media Fellowship. Please subscribe, follow, whatever you're watching on YouTube or Spotify or whatever. So thank you for watching. Catch our previous episodes. They're good too. See you later.
Bye.
I'm gonna say this is what's in the hat.
They were a lot of questions.
Oh, good timing.
Wow, good timing.
It's like, so bad.
You look concerned. I was like,
Yeah, it was
what happened?